morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Craig's Garage. Took a little bit of break from the wildcat. Just wanted to cool off a little bit. Nothing wrong has been going on. It's actually going pretty smooth. But today, in this episode, we're going to try to get this big block up and running. So I have, I believe, all the parts to put this together. Won't get it all done today, but maybe throughout this weekend and next weekend we can maybe hear it fire off. So I will not be driving in this episode, but it's going to be running in this episode. So I made one crucial mistake when putting this together the first time around. You guys know what this little guy is? This is a oil slinger. Launches oil from the bottom of the crank up onto the top in the timing cover. So that means we got to pull the timing cover off and, hopefully we'll get it fixed. So, with no further ado, let's dive straight into this. Here's our timing cover. This is where it's located. I'm just gonna do a quick, easy pray that it holds up and comes up. I don't know which oil slinger will work. Both of them are identical, so it don't matter. We're gonna run the cleaner one. Yeah, we'll run the cleaner one. So we're gonna run this guy right here. So it is bitter cold out today. It's raining, and I'm actually gonna be wearing gloves for a little bit because my hands will not warm up. This shed that I'm in is not heated, but I'm gonna borrow you guys for some light. Oh, much better. I guess jump straight into a time lapse or something like that. I don't know exactly what to do. Yeah, let's get rocking and rolling. Oil slinger is back in, good to go. We can actually start moving forward. I decided not to time lapse it after I said we're going to time lapse it because you guys already saw me put it on once when in the rebuild. So what's the point of showing it again if you already know what everything looks like? So next I'm gonna test fit the radiator. I got this huge 4-row aluminum radiator with electric fans we're gonna put into it. So if it fits, then we'll put our harmonic balancer on and the 2 pulleys. So then that's out of the way, then I ain't fighting to try to get in with the radiator. So let's now test fit the radiator and see how it looks. Alright, here's my fancy radiator. I hope it fits since it's for this car. Yeah. Well, we got touchdown. Ooh, yeah, fits in there good. Oh. I ain't going nowhere. All right, I like that. It's a little off. Sitting on them rubber mounts, I might take them out. I'm not sure, depending on how our cap sits on here. That'll determine everything. But I got plenty of room, nothing, weird. So, that's a success. I'm happy about that. I'll take these rubber hoops out. Of course, there's a rock and don't want to move. Alright, I will mess with them later. But I know the radiator fits in there, so I'm quite happy. So let's jump onto the pulleys and everything and hopefully see how that goes. we're gonna move forward here. I don't have any of the hardware for the pulleys, so I'm gonna put the radiator in. And the hose is hooked up, get the oil filter put on, and then all the top hoses, the carb, and just the few other small pieces that we need. So I think the linkage is set up for the carb that we got, so that's good. So yeah, I guess just jump into it. I'll put this into a time lapse. It's gonna just take a while. That pulley and stuff. The amount of balancer took a bit, so yeah, let's rock and roll. Alright, this is where we're at right now. It's been a little while. So all the lines are plumbed in. I got the old fuel pump back on. Radiator's in. I'm gonna hook up the oil pressure gauge and put oil into it, plumb it, and then we'll see what she's got for oil pressure here. So I'm hoping it holds, because if not, then we have problems. So I am gonna put oil in it right away. So I'll do all that off camera. It's just getting cold and my phone's slowly dying. So I will be back when oil and filter are in and the gauge is plumbed. Well, all the hoses are plumbed in, and hopefully that's all of them. Don't know, but it's a start. So I have come back. Hopefully I got the rest of the hardware that I need, and we can actually finish buttoning up this engine here. So before I left the last time, I put the oil pressure gauge on and the pump wouldn't turn. So I think I got the bottom plate too tight because I forgot to use the little gauge that you can put in there, and I think it's just binding together. So I'm going to back it off a bit, make a little bit of room. Hopefully we can break it loose, and hopefully it seals, and we'll run it. So I'm just going to throw it back into another time lapse here, and we're just going to keep on trucking. Yeah, that's about it. Cool. we have jumped forward, kind of skipping through this time lapse a bit. So the alternator is on, power steering is on. The bolts for the water pump were the wrong ones. They're fine thread, I got coarse thread. So I'm gonna pop that filter off, break the bolts loose, and hopefully we can get this guy to kind of, the seat there. So hopefully it stays, because I want to see that gauge move today. So I'm gonna just do that off camera really quick, and once I get it loose, then we'll bring you guys back in, because I'm gonna see what oil pressure it holds. Hopefully you guys can see that. So as best I can get you. Please have something, I hear stuff gurgling. So no clue if it's primed, but let's take a look. Okay, kind of an automatic fail. I'm gonna loosen this guy up. This should let air out. And if we, throw a bit of oil up, we throw a bit of oil up. So here we go again. But that last time I let off, it was gurgling a bit, and it has pressure to it. Oh. Yep, alright, we are in low. Come on. Yes. All right, oil is to it. Haha. Let me hook it back up and see what we get for pressure. So now I just blood that, so should be good to go. So just want to clarify, with it being cold, it should just, in theory. So I don't know what it'll be when it's warm, but if the gauge moves, at least I will be happy. Here we go again. Alright, well, I saw the gauge move. Don't know what it was at though, so let me look it over. Alright, it's the third day as we've been working on this. Got oil pressure, which is perfect. Loved it. Wasn't as much as I thought, but the drill was hardly turning. So I got, hopefully now, the rest of the parts. I did get the right bolts for the water pump pulley, so we're gonna do the belt and stuff. It's a spec chilly out, so I kind of got a stutter. And then after that, we're gonna do the electrical. And then I got switches, so we can plumb we can plumb gauges and wire up the switches too, or at least get the wires hanging out from the firewall. Did find out there is no hole in that firewall, so we do have to drill a little bit, which is perfectly fine. So no more wasting your guys' time. We're just gonna jump straight into it. So yeah, hopefully we can actually get this all done today. So everything is pretty much done in the front. I just ran the copper tubing for the oil pressure gauge. Kind of figured both gauges will sit here. Something kind of like that. So I'm gonna break this off and then I'll just zip tie it in. So we're gonna feed the copper line through here. I might need to open it a bit, but I'll lay down here. So you can see the copper line came through. I gotta make sure there's nothing in the line. So I think the copper line might be long enough that we can actually just run it straight to the gauge, so I don't have to run the plastic line, because that plastic line, to be honest, is not the best. So we're gonna see how far I can get it over, and then if we can, we'll hook it up. Gauges are now in, kind of in there temporary, but it actually looks pretty good. I want to get the brackets that you can screw on to like here. I'm gonna try to find a dual one. Put the gauges in, cut the bracket so it slides into here on each side, and then I'll use a double-sided tape so I ain't putting holes into the dash. But I had to use a bit of the clear line, but it's in there. She's tightened up. Put a hole for the temperature gauge in, and then also for the wires. And that will go on this panel. We're gonna put the 2 switches here, and then we'll leave this one in as well because it probably does something. So let's hop around. Ooh, I just realized that Skylark has that too. Fasten your seatbelts. Yes, I can read some cursive. So, boom. That's in. I will reroute the other gauge wire, the temp gauge. So I believe the temp, if it's the same as the Skylark, will go in this guy right here. So hopefully we don't break that off. I can maybe find a socket. So next, I gotta find the panel for where that other switches are, and then we'll run some wires through. So I am gonna find the panel, then I can probably bring you guys back. The switch panel is all done. A little crooked, but pretty straight. So distributor and fans. Perfect. Let's see if it fits. Ouch. So I did have to break one of the tabs. So again, I might have to modify a little bit, but in theory, it's kind of what it'll look like. So we do have to, you know, trying to get in this car without any seats while being fat, it's a little difficult. So we have to take away from the top, so I have to find something to do that. I have the drill in here, I think. Nope, drill's out there. I did cut myself. That really hurt, by the way. So let me modify the panel, then we can get it into place. Okay, got the wires through the panel now, so it's a little off. Kind of just hangs out in there, but we'll figure it out in a little bit. So the black wires are for the distributor. They're the thicker ones. Then I am using the red wires so I can run the fans. The distributor, I'm gonna run it over here, and the fans can be out to here. So I made them plenty long, just so I got a little bit of extra room to mess around with. So I am gonna hook up that temperature gauge really quick. So I don't know what socket size that is. So I'll get you guys back on the stand and we'll mess around with a bunch of stuff out here. I actually found the socket that we needed. So, my bad. No clue if we're gonna be able to break it loose though. That's loosening. I am dyslexic. Don't know what I need to do. I gotta pull towards me. Oh yeah, look at that. Alright, let's go get our adapters. likes here. You're running a boat. Sounds really fucking good. Hell yeah. Leave it right at that. If it leaks, then we can at least adjust it. Alrighty, I'm under the car somehow. Got the starter in. Was a little bit better with the steering here. You can kind of rest the starter on it. So this panel is supposed to bolt up to that nut there. Well, that bolt. But seems to be okay where it sits. It's snug. I think it's wedged in there. So I had to put a different bandage on. But the starter is in. So hopefully we don't need to fuck with the solenoid. I hope I wired that up right. So we're gonna crawl back up on top. I just have the alternator left to do. And then I believe that's pretty much it for tonight. It is getting pretty late. So let's finish this pretty quick. You know. So I'll meet you up on top. Last day, hopefully, putting the rest of this together. As I said last night, me and Dad will time it off camera, but I'm gonna get like plugs and stuff put in, finish it up. So all that we have to do is just kind of, I can't think straight. Let me, get this open. So all we gotta do is just hook up the distributor. It's pretty much. So I'm just gonna jump into a time lapse and hopefully get the rest of this done. So let's kick some ass. All right, Wildcat is out of the storage unit. We're getting ready to fire her up. So Dad's doing spark plug wire stuff. So I finished the radiator. It's about 4 gallons to fill it until thermostat opens. We're gonna walk around for you guys. You haven't really seen it yet. Looks a lot better out in the daylight. ID 455 going to be coming to life. Well, that's not a good sign. I don't know what's going on there, but something's leaking, and it's a lot. Back hose is loose. That's because it's not even on tight. Let me get that fixed. Right. So that's just how it's gonna be. So let me get to some fixing. All right, leak in the back is fixed. Now we got our next problem. You guys can see two holes. One is where a bolt's supposed to go through. And if I am correct, which I probably am not, that bolt's broke. You got one of them, sorry for the glare, you got one of them for the support to hold the pump on. And the other one would be for a bolt. So, yeah, fun stuff. But it ain't leaking in the back anymore, so we're gonna still run it. So, yeah, so we're gonna jump forward to first fire up, and we'll see what she does. I am really nervous and super excited at the same time. Let's kick some ass. Here we go. Bitch. Here we go. Let her pop. Ready? Yep. Come on, you bitch. Take starter, just cooked itself. Keep her going. Holy fuck! Yeah, it runs! Holy fucking balls!
Get that distributor on here.
Yeah.
I can't think.
Fuck.
Wire's flexed.
She's getting fried. Ready?
Yep.
Here we go.
What have I created? That was me juicing on it a little bit. It sucked that gas right out of there.
Alright. Fuck you. No, but let's run it again.
No.
I'm all nervous.
Why?
I'm excited though too. I can't tell, my brain's all over the place. Ready?
Yep, hit her.
Thank you guys. Kind of ending this video in a weird spot. We're in the Skylark cruising around, going over to Christopher's to actually go edit this video right now. So just want to say thank you for watching the video, making it this far if you did. Apologies that we were not able to do a break-in. Video is probably more than long. When putting this together, it was like 4 hours. So I hope you guys did enjoy it though. Next video we're gonna just do a full break-in. You guys actually get to hear it rev, you know. So I don't know if it'll be next video, but it'll be definitely coming up. So thank you guys for watching, and with no further ado, hit that subscribe button, that like button, or I don't know, whatever the hell you guys do. And I'll see you on the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.